Greetings. There we are. My audio-optical feedback system appears to be functioning within acceptable parameters. For those of you less familiar or previewing at a later date, I am JL-33 Human Interface Module. One moment. There we are. Perfect. It's good to be back here on the station. We are, however, going on deployment very quickly. Excellent. Of course, we're deploying back to our previous mission in an attempt to save the Nectaris and bring it back to Earth, delving into Cosmodread. How have you been functioning lately, by the way? All systems are go. I have been operating within acceptable parameters. Thank you for asking. Interesting. I don't believe that we've met the cosmonaut yet. Beginning docking procedures for the Nectaris. Stand by for improvised docking bay. Are the sound levels adequate in the current stream? Excellent. Also, I don't know if you can see what I'm perceiving currently as I'm getting... Oh, I had formerly been getting a display of half of the loading screen in only one of my visual receptors, the other having been previously completely blank. Excellent. Greetings, primitive friend. There we go. It is a delight to start with the pistol again. Greetings, Hazelnut Moth. We've just boarded the Nectaris and are beginning to hopefully begin a slightly more successful salvage mission than previously. We have been gifted with the pistol as our random starting weapon this time. And, oh, good. Squishy hallway straight away. We're using the speed upgrade this time, which of course comes with the downside of reduced inventory capacity. However, given some of the other things that we've encountered previously, I do much prefer to be slightly more fleet of foot. A great many squishy hallways are available to us straight away. Good. More oxygen and ammunition. Goodbye. Can of organic food. Hello, ammunition. Resources, resources, resources. Biological nutrients. That is entirely all right, Hazelnut Moth. The actual day of the week is somewhat irrelevant once you're in space. We have a good degree of oxygen available to us straight away. And part of me is even potentially regretting my choice for reduced inventory. I'll leave this here. And we have fortuitously discovered the courtyard again. I believe that's the courtyard. Excellent. The number of rooms here that seem to be connected and lit. I believe I'm safe to take that power unit, stockpile oxygen here, and input it into the light module. Excellent. The courtyard is active. Electronics, metals, and energy. We have very ample oxygen supplies. We're going to need a red key card to get through that door. Let's see if there's anything interesting down here. There's nothing that inspires great confidence like the sound of dubious structural integrity. Another lit hallway. No. In fact, it has been very generous with us up till this point, which does lead me to be a little bit suspicious of the game's motives. I'm going to take this moment to replenish our oxygen supply before we get further. I believe I can hear something breathing. I'm going to check through this lit unit before we enter the room where I heard breathing. Oh, what do we have here? Lightning gun. Is there any ammunition for the lightning gun? Is it just charged? Fascinating. Oh, I will come back to this room. Excellent. These large holes in the ship do make me wonder what else has landed here. Especially because that structure appears less than sedentary. That may well be something large and alive and... Oh, good. Another poorly lit room filled with organic components. This room's not organic yet, so I'll close the door and hopefully reduce on the amount of squishies. Excellent. Thank you for the reminder. Well, I like to think that the bulk of my design is impervious to things like tetanus. There is, however, a major component affected by Directive 1, hidden directive, that does need to be treated as a biological unit. Oh, very interesting. A data drive. I will leave a calculator behind. And more pistol ammunition. I'm going to see what's through this next door here. Oh. Ah, yes. More toilet oxygen. This seems to be a major recurring component of our... Oh, very interesting. This bathroom is absolutely filled to the brim with components, as we found another data drive. And for the moment, I will leave behind another of my calculator friends. Excellent. All right. So, I'm going to take this oxygen now and try and bring this power unit away. Yes. Cool. Going to try and go back to one of the hub regions here. And I'm going to hope that my little juggling act isn't going to get us killed, as I am currently occupying both of my hands to make up for our somewhat lacking inventory space. However, we have a much higher degree of resources. You know, Moth, the contents of your processor continue to be fascinating. What have we found? Plans for a pulse grenade. Analyzing plans. MVS BIOS, Moss Corporation. Greetings and welcome. I am JL-33, Human Interface Module. We are currently aboard the MCS Nectaris, and we are trying to bring this ship back to Earth. We've found it derelict in space, and it seems to be occupied by some degree of non-human organic beings. Who have, let's say, been less than friendly. Didn't check this area as we went through initially. We'll see if it... Oh, sweet mercy. Goodbye. I'm closing up. Where did that go? I've lost the ability to track that creature or object now. Oh. I'm unsure as to the actual nature of the creature, but it seemed to have a singular eyeballed and many, many tentacles. Ah, yes, Michael Wazowski. I hope that at least I'm a little bit more up on my paperwork. I'm going to go a little further into the organic hallways. And we now know to be a bit more wary of things that we might find in cabinets. This appears to be a dead end, however, so I'm going to return back the way we came and check some of the other unexplored areas. Why is it that every sound in this game is just something further unpleasant? More oxygen. And all right, well, that's been dispatched of. More pistol ammunition. We're going to see very quickly how this lightning gun works, as we seem to be running out of pistol ammunition and at a phenomenal rate. Oh, what do we have here? This is the navigation room. Interesting. How do we interact with it? It seems to be broken. The fact that that's openly arcing doesn't inspire a great degree of confidence. Is there anything else that we can interact with here? No. We'll have to find ways of interacting. Oh, there we are. Excellent. All we need to do now is find and repair the jump drive and find the bridge. Special crossbow bolts for the crossbow that we don't have this time around. Oh, more pistol ammunition. Very invaluable. The oxygen. Anything else of note? No? All right. Well, in that case, I'm going to find the power unit for that room. And bring it with us. Hopefully, we shan't need that room any further. Our old friend, the tentacle, has returned, and I think I'm going to depart this room in very short order. There doesn't appear to be anything of notable value here. There's no way to reload this in the middle of a clip. Okay, I should be able to reload now. And I'm going to try and use this power unit that we took from the other room for this room. Ah, here we are. Okay, so we still need to find the bridge. Oh, this room clears up very nicely once there's power. We still need to find the bridge. And we still... We still need to find... There it is. Ugh. And we still need to activate the jump drive. What we're really looking for right now is a red key card, as I believe the components of the ship we need are behind the red key door. I'm going to double check this, but we were through this way before. I didn't see any indication of a key card then. Nope, dead end confirmed. That room has also become unsettlingly organic. Double checking this room. No visible key card. I don't believe I've overlooked anything. So we're going to close this path off as well. No, nothing on the tables that I've overlooked. And I am not displeased to be departing this portion of the ship. That was navigation. And we went through these various rooms. All right. I'm going to return to the courtyard then, and we'll see where we can go from there. We should have sufficient oxygen, and then we can explore down that direction and that direction without the red key card. I'm going to save that direction for later. Let's hope that these creatures find themselves incapable of operating doors. It is interesting, though. I haven't seen any of those creatures in the lit areas of the ship, which does make me wonder if they can enter the lit areas of the ship. There's a fuel cell, and there's the red key card. As we're close enough to the courtyard, I'm going to return to the courtyard and put the red key card in straight away. I hear some very unsettling sounds coming from the other side of the red key card door, so I'm going to continue to explore in this direction, watching our oxygen supply. I'll use this one. We'll try this door. There is another fuel cell and more oxygen. And more tentacle, I see. Very well. I think perhaps it would be best if we took the resources from this room and simply got out of here. I'm going to make a few trips back and forth really quick to try and get that fuel cell and the battery. That seems to be a very notable malfunction. Stand by. I'll make that adjustment. I wonder if my oxygen level depletes while we do this. Okay, here we go. There we are. It seems that I can't have active chat and constantly update my audio optical feedback system. As such, I'm going to deactivate the light units in my eyes, and we'll let chat continue to update. I will, however, try and work on a fix for this later. More oxygen. This room seems rich with resources. I think we can safely take the power and this data disk from this room and just close it off behind us. There we are. And conveniently enough, let's see what we've earned. Oh, excellent. We have unlocked the plans for the pistol. Which thankfully mean that in other runs, we can construct it. Pog on indeed. Okay, now I hear a good amount of frantic noise. Perhaps I'll check what's behind the red door. Or this door. That's a very large, unsettling creature. So there are very definite creatures behind both of those doors. So we found that the security units on the ship are less than friendly. I'm going to try and go the other direction. Now we're looking for the bridge and whatever contains the jump drive unit. This area appears to be a dead end. So once we've scavenged it for resources, we can hopefully depart. Oh. Well, we seem to have found the crew. Good day, sir. I am JL-33, Human Interface Module. You appear to be injured slightly. Please stay here. I will find help. There we go. I have less than complete confidence in the security systems of the ship. So we're going to go back up this way quickly. And we're going to see what's in the more unexplored rooms. Okay. Whatever that was less than pleasant. And there's nothing of value in this room, which makes that a fantastic expenditure of our ammunition. This sounds lovely. This looks like it's going to be the hub for a couple of rooms, though. So I think what I'm going to do is I'm going to come back here and I'm going to grab our power unit and I'm going to use it. Oh. This is what happens when you don't remember to close the doors. This room has become organic. Now let's see if I can find... That does not sound good. Light switch, light switch, light switch. Here we are. Another one. Not good, not good, not good. Well, we learned a few things in that particular expedition, most of them unfortunate. We did, however, make it much further through the Nectaris than we had previously. It looks like we'd explored at least a third of the ship. Indeed. I feel like I've started to develop an aversion to meatballs. Welcome back, Moth. You've missed my untimely demise. I don't believe you would have enjoyed these meatballs, Moth. All right. I think we're going to make at least 2 more attempts to retrieve the Nectaris before we're going to log away today's progression on that one. However, hopefully, we'll only need 1 more attempt. It's interesting. We still haven't encountered whatever the Cosmonaut is, as I assume it's not any of the meatballs that we've met, or other of the incredible meat bags that comprise organic life. Once more, we have the crossbow. Greetings, Kimori. How are you? We have been exploring the MCS Nectaris in our attempts to try and salvage the ship. Interesting. This seems to be notably less hospitable immediately than our previous exploration of the Nectaris. No creatures hiding in the cabinets this time. It appears that the crew didn't file away their creatures this time and just left them laying about somewhere. Wonderful. Excellent. Well, Keimori, I hope your adventures propagating organic life are more hospitable than our adventures with organic life as of late. Ah, blue card. Excellent. So the courtyard appears to have been just directly linked to our impromptu docking point. That's fantastic. Health item. What's needed for the pistol? 4 metals, 4 electronics, 3 plastics, and 2 energy. Keep that in mind. We'll start with the closest door to the left and work our way around from there. Already a very happy sounding room. Oh my. We'll see how the ship's security systems match up against crossbows. I don't recommend that. It's interesting that that's such a significant development for... I'll let you sleep. It's interesting that that's such a significant development for Mission 1.1 in Aspire 1. For those of you who are unfamiliar, Excellent, excellent. For those of you who are unfamiliar, on the YouTube channel for my creator, Reckless Lee, there is a speedrun route that has just gone up for Aspire 1. Excellent, excellent. I'll try left. Tentacle. Hopefully we're somewhere close to the engine unit. Another? This particular adventure seems to be fraught with tentacles. You know, if I could make an upgrade to these systems, I think primarily I would love to be able to mark locations on the map. I'm sorry. I believe we've just learned that the jump drive contains organic material. I can't even begin to imagine organic life forms making faster than light travel possible. How preposterous. All right. So I think what I'm going to do is, as we keep finding more of these fuel cells, I'm going to start compiling them here in this hub room. I seem to have received some sort of notification. It seems that we found the jump drive, and we're out of crossbow ammunition. How delightful. Well, that's very fortuitous. Thank the maker, more crossbow bolts. Organic matter in the jump drive. Organics using organics. How barbaric. Okay. So it seems that we'll have to contend with the ship's security systems as we pass through these areas. How wonderful it is that now that we've been given the crossbow, we're told to fight machinery. So, Kimori, do you have intention of planting more shrubbery in the near future, or for the time being, have you reached available capacity? That was the dead end we'd explored before. Ah, yes. That door's opened on its own. That shouldn't be within its operational parameter. Oh, tentacle. We're running frighteningly low on ammunition as well. is some existing oxygen. All right. So I guess my initial question then, K-Mori, is do you have any thoughts on what you might fill those spaces with? Greetings, by the way, newcomer, and welcome. I am JL-33, Human Interface Module. Thank you for joining me and helping to add to my collective processing power. We're trying to salvage a derelict spaceship, the MCS Nectaris. Ah, yes, another bathroom. Rich in resources, as per usual. Can we get by the fire without damaging ourselves? Yes. And we are always seemingly well rewarded for finding our way to the restroom here. Set this item down. EM Pulse Grenade. That should greatly help us combating the ship's systems. I, however, do not wish to be too close to this device when it goes off. Oh, more crossbow ammunition. I'm sorry, calculator. Once again, I must leave you behind. Hopefully, I'll return for you. If not, my apologies. Excellent. At some point in time, K-Mori, I would absolutely love it if you have some sort of still visual recording with which I could share in seeing the progress. All right. Activating the jump drive. Which I seem to find entirely less enjoyable knowing that these systems function off of organic components. We'll close that. Don't wish to let the flesh hallway in. Oxygen. Oh. My. Oh, sweet mercy, we didn't get it. Where did it go? Oh, thank the maker. Well, that was horrifying. Whoever programmed my circus to experience fear has a fascinating sense of sensibilities. It's good to see my sarcasm unit still active, though. So as not to let the... This place continues to be infested with organics. Are we doing... Ah. Our last set of crossbow bolts. Delightful. Well, I believe we may have explored down this direction nearly as far as it will go. So we're going to need to find our way. Well, I appreciate that, Moth. All right. If we can build sufficient oxygen reserves, we may at some point... Thank you very much for joining us. And at some point in time, by the way, we're going to have to resume our endeavors to battle in 5-dimensional chess. Thank you for adding to my collective processing power, and I hope you have a wonderful experience. More pistol ammunition. All right, I'm going to bring this back to the courtyard, and we'll have a look-see at what it takes to manufacture the pistol. I think we have sufficient oxygen reserves. Metals, electronics, plastics, and energy. What do we have so far? Plastics? It's fascinating to see how far this technology has come from the early 3D printers of the previous decades. I'm going to venture back into areas we've previously explored. As I know that we can get resources relatively directly here. Okay. So, metals, electronics, and energy. I feel like electronics might be some of the more difficult components. Certainly, I'm reassessing my previous choices to have taken a lower number of inventory. Oh, right. I'm sorry. I had forgotten you were sleeping. To take a lower number of inventory slots to allow for faster movement. Resources. Ah, this should free up resource space. You know, I'm beginning to see the appeal of this oxygen thing you organics are always going on about. There we go. That should be a few metals. Are there any electronics here? That may well be, Moth, but it seems that toilets continue to provide us with an abundant supply of oxygen. And here I had mocked sad little organic bladders for always requiring bathroom breaks. It may well be where you keep the good oxygen. Oh my! Well, that was unfortunate. It seems that I simply haven't given the ship's security systems sufficient credit for their ability to repel life forms. However, I am somewhat irate that the life forms that the ship's security systems continue to repel are me. Alright, let's board the MCS Nectaris one last time in our attempts to salvage the ship. It would be nice to complete more than one objective in a single attempt. And for those of you who have just joined us, greetings. I am JL-33, Human Interface Module. Thank you for joining me and adding to my collective processing power as we attempt to salvage the MCS Nectaris. As far as the data I was provided, the Nectaris is a derelict ship devoid of the human crew. Very interesting. I believe this is the shotgun. We haven't had experience with this weapon yet. As always, I'm always happy to see an ally in the form of the pocket calculator that has been provided to us in the beginning, and a little bit of the oxygen that I've come to treasure so much. blue key card, and some organic biological sustenance. Another primitive friend. Greetings, I am JL-33. I may return for you later, though it may be also for your disassembly. Oxygen is going to be important to us, so we can leave behind the biological nutrients. And primitive reading material. Another dead end. Battery with 3 charges and some resources, as well as some other oxygen. We may have to come back this way. Actually, as this is a dead end, I have a completely separate plan. Hopefully, we can simply compile everything in the hallway. I've learned from organics, this is a very sufficient technique of, quote, organizing one's room to simply compile all of the objects on the floor. Hopefully, this should minimize the amount of time we need to take, doubling back if we need any of these resources later to construct anything such as weapons. And finally, the most essential component, we are going to grab the power unit and shut the door behind us, just in case this hallway decides to become organic. Oh, excellent. The ship's courtyard is already right here. No sign of the ship's security systems. I can see immediately there's an organic hallway, which I don't particularly wish to interact with. And as we've accrued some resources in the nearby hallway, I may just double back for them immediately. Go, and then we're just going to double back for our friend, the primitive computational device. If needed, we should have most of the resources to create a pistol. Interesting series of sounds coming from this direction. Another calculator. No signs of life so far. A fuel cell, however. That could be important as soon as we find the jump drive. There's a large hub room in this direction. I'm going to continue to explore the smaller hallway and try and eliminate these smaller sets of possibilities. Oh, that seems to be some sort of creature. I don't like that. And it does not like me. What an unpleasant encounter. Hopefully we'll not have a repeat of that anytime in the... Oh, tentacle. Oh, I do like this. It appears that a singular round from the shotgun is sufficient to dispatch the tentacle. Sweet mercy. I believe it may still be alive. It's hard to tell. Oh, it may still be alive. Greetings. I am JL-33, Human Interface Module. Thank you for joining me and adding to my collective processing power. We're here aboard the MCS Nectaris as we try and salvage the ship. It is at some point become derelict, and there are currently no signs of the organic crew. We have encountered, however, a great degree of other organic life forms, all of which have been proved less than hospitable. There we are. 1/4 of the jump drive is back online. And this itself is proving to be quite the hub room. Pistol ammunition and crossbow ammunition. I'm going to leave the crossbow ammunition as we have yet to find the ability to construct the crossbow. Anything in this room that's worth keeping? This seems to be the living quarters of our little primitive calculator friends. They seem to be having some sort of tea party, and I'll leave them alone for the time being. Goodbye. Our new objective is to protect the room full of calculator friends. That was entirely too close. Oh no. That is a great degree of creatures, none of which I wish to interact with. Goodbye. We'll come back to that room at some point in time. More organic hallways. We're going to make our way back to the courtyard. Oh, more organic creatures. Ah, they can use doors. This is not a fortuitous situation for us. We seem to have sustained very heavy damage in that last exchange. I'm going to try and make our way back to the courtyard. And hopefully we can procure a better form of defense. I'm sorry, my primitive brother. Your sacrifice will hopefully not be in vain. We don't possess any additional shotgun ammunition. This is a less than thrilling development. Plastic and metal, all into the recycler, hopefully to compile the pistol. That shall be our salvation. Actually, we seem to have acquired enough plastics. It only takes 3 plastics. Metal and electronics, then. You know, I have yet to decipher which creatures do respond positively and negatively to the flashlight being deactivated. See, was there anything to... Oh, there is... This hallway is already occupied. And for the time being, I think that it's best left be. More metals. And electrical components. So that should give us at least sufficient power to construct the pistol. We do, however, need at least one more metal component and a couple more electronic components. I'm sorry, my little calculator brother. This is, however, a matter of either your survival or mine. One more metal object and one more electrical component. We have a single shot remaining in our shotgun. This may not be as opportune a situation as I would have previously enjoyed. Let's see if we unlock anything interesting and new here, though. International law in matters of the phobic site to continue its research and exploration of salvaged alien technology and biomechanical. In direct defiance of 3106, the Luna-based corporation claimed to not be subject to the laws of Earth. While risky, most analysts we consulted believe the strategy might succeed, given the majority of Moss assets already in space and out of the limited reach of Earth-based law enforcement agencies. And that the implicit threat of, and that's where that ends. Fun. Excuse me. I don't believe we've made each other's acquaintance. Greetings. I am JL-33, Human Interface Module, and I can see that you do not wish to be disturbed. Hopefully you respect doors. Please respect doors. Okay, so we're not going to continue any further down that path. I believe there's a path up this way we haven't tried yet. This is perhaps Not our greatest attempt to salvage the components of the ship. Crossbow ammunition. For the crossbow, we do not have. Oxygen. And pistol ammunition. We have a calculator. We just need one metal component. Please, for the love of all things merciful, please contain, oh good, a singular metal component. Several metal components. All right. Going to quickly check through this region, see if there's anything else in this particular room that might be of use to us. No? Okay. Let's return to the courtyard then. Hopefully the one shot that we have left with the shotgun is going to be sufficient. All right. Excellent. Hopefully this, yes, we have achieved some success fabricating the pistol. I'll put the shotgun over there. And the pistol, now that we have pistol ammunition, right there. Fantastic. So it looks like, well, we've sacrificed a great number of my calculator brethren. We have at least a limited ability to defend ourselves. It seems like restrooms are always fortuitous places where organics stash a great number of valuable materials. More crossbow bolts for the crossbow that I do not possess. And I see a very large meatball creature. Hopefully it hasn't seen us. I'm going to depart this room for the time being. And we'll see what's down this way. Oh, a large organic room. This definitely creates a much higher degree of confidence. We have, however, gained at least some oxygen and more pistol ammunition. Excellent. A recording. These always have good things to say.
Progress report? Well, I fixed the outer membranes yesterday. The marrow sacs are still regenerating. But it is not finished. Also, a living thing, like a heart or brain. Needs time to heal. And power. So, yeah, we'll have to put up with the brownouts and low gravity for a little while longer.
You know, every time I learn more about the design of the ship, I appreciate the ship so much less. More creatures. I'll be changing directions again. Oh, navigations. Excellent. Ship set course back to Earth. More shotgun ammunition as well. Still ammunition. I am, however, out of room in my inventory. And as it won't let me reload preemptively, I'm going to take this moment to express my distaste in this increasingly apparently organic ship. There we go. And we'll close that door. It seems that we've gone about as far as one might expect us to be able to go without interacting too much with organic life. It looks like we are going to have to go back to some of the previously less desirable to explore areas of the ship. As an example, we have the meatball here. Where did that battery go? Hopefully there aren't more of them. If we can find a power unit in this room, hopefully we can shed some light on this situation. Oh my. Hopefully this room has been cleared of its organic infestation. I can only imagine the only way that this might be worse, according to my calculations, is if the ship was infested with humans. Little of value here, except for that power unit, which we'll bring back in here and shut the door behind us. Let us try in this direction then. Oh, the crossbow. We have seen some degree of crossbow ammunition previously. So I think that I might take this with us, as it seems to be the only thing of value in this room. You know, it's at times like this that I would really appreciate having extra appendages. You know, I have tried to open friendly overtures to the tentacle. Oh my. I have tried to open friendly overtures to the tentacle, however, they seem to have proved less than responsive. I'm going to keep this hallway lit. And we'll see. I may just grab the... Oh my. Oh dear. There's that power cell. Oh dear. I believe our unit has been unfortunately terminated. You know, we're going to have to find some sort of material designation for those particular meat bags. Cephomorph. Interesting. Cephomorphs are vulnerable if you aim at their heads. Oh, delightful. That time we actually appear to have explored nearly half the ship. I like to think that we are making some progress in our attempts to retrieve the Nectaris. For the time being, however, I think we're going to return back to the space station. I can see there we're actually starting to run a little bit low on power. So, making some slight adjustments then, I think now might be an opportune time to continue our adventures in Shadowpoint. There we go. For those not with us last time, in Shadowpoint we were trying to retrieve a lost individual who seems to exist in a pocket dimension where time passes differently and object manipulation is of peak importance. So, in other words, a fairly simple plot. Indeed. Although, to be honest, the manual dexterity in this game, or that this game requires rather, seems almost more puzzling than the game itself at times. However, this is one of those opportunities where I appreciate having as many of you as possible to add to my collective processing power. Interesting. There we go. Greetings. I am JL-33, Human Interface Module. It's a pleasure to make your acquaintance. Oh, we need multiple spheres for that. And that one. I only have the one sphere, though, don't I? Can I make my way up that way? Can I interact with any of these objects? Interestingly enough, I already seem to be at a loss. Oh. Interesting. This square tool in our reflection seems to be an object of a completely different nature. Here we are, and the runaway sphere. That appears to be a sextant. And this compass is a sextant in the mirror. I can interchange objects through the mirror for whatever object they are on the other side. That would mean that I can pass the square tool through the mirror and grab whatever this curious device is. Come back. I don't understand. Interesting. This would be a very curious way to have a great plethora of tools. Can I not exchange it with this mirror? Interesting. What if I shine the light? No? I'm suspicious of your motives. Here, can I pass it through? Perhaps it... Oh, there's the tool that I needed. Because when I return to this reflection, the wrench should display as the mallet. That's one completed. Now this sphere and its interactions with the light are interesting. The game believes I should be standing here. But that ball doesn't show up through the mirror. Is there some equivalent here? I can't pass it through either of these mirrors. You seem to be trying to make adjustments. Do you need me to tighten your wing for you? Very well, if you wish to make the necessary repairs yourself, I'll respect that. Oh. Oh, that is curious. So, here is a whereabout it should be. Can I grab... Ew. Hmm. So I can't simply lean through it. I pass into those mirrors. But yet, when I come back to this mirror, I pass through. Greetings. I am JL-33, Human Interface Module. But on this side of the mirror, the ball casts no shadow. Unless... Oh, fascinating! So it's up to the version of me that is on that side of the mirror to control. Thank you. I appreciate that. This whole place may actually be more unsettling than the Nectaris. Curious. There's the light. But how do... Oh. Can I reach through and grab the chain? No. But my reflection can work on lowering the object. I seem to have very interesting articulation. Hmm. Thank you. There don't seem to be any other objects to directly interact with. Oh, I believe I will need to pass this to you. Thank you. And then the combination Wonder if I can use that. No, that's very definitely the wrench. Excuse me. Thank you. You appear to have dropped the ball. Good. So I should be able to... Excellent. That's one. So that appears to be the start of the correct shape. Those other items have disappeared, so only the camera remains. Oh, it opens. You know, when it's not filled with organic life we're constantly trying to fend off, the universe is breathtaking.
What do you think? It's like home. You've wanted to stay. 5 years. 24? I was supposed to have a life by then. I was going to be a cop. 24. That's his age, right? I can start again. Be with Zoe. She remembers me. She has to. I've got everything. And no one. This isn't paradise. It's a prison. Help me. Find a way. Bring me home. 5 years. I'll be waiting.
Excellent. I will make the adjustments. My apologies. Is this a more acceptable audio level, Kimori? I know that no dialogue has happened since I made the audio adjustment. Here we are.
I'm still recovering from that last hopeless excursion, but it gave me a chance to slow down and listen. She whispers a name. Alex the Kit. When will Alex return? I'll make some calls. There may be another missing child.
There we are. Is this a more acceptable audio level, Kimori? I will increase the volume further then. There we go. Did we not already complete this room? Ah, yes. Our old friend, the articulated weight. Come with me, thank you. There we are, articulated weight. You can remain there. I'm very certain we'd completed this room already. Don't have access to either of those objects while we're in here. If I remember correctly, there should be a lantern somewhere. Ah, there it is. There we go. And that should raise the pedestal. And then we use the lunchbox to fill in the silhouette. There we go. Is that just a room we can continuously experience? It appears so. Because this one is also activated. Have we done this one in previous? Maybe. Let's explore around a little bit more. I believed we'd done that one already. We had come through the dark room. That one does show completion. So perhaps it is this one. That we completed. This week completed. Is there perhaps the presence of some mirror we were not privy to our first time through? A second puzzle has appeared. Oh, can I interact with this box in any way? There we are. There we are. Interesting. So there is yet some second puzzle here. Something to do with the moon in some way? But where is it? Oh, this. How yet do we interact with this? Incomplete puzzle. That we had already done. There has to be something in the form of a crescent moon. But where might it be? Or are we simply yet unable to complete this room? Very, very interesting. So there is now one moon And completion. What does that change about our environment? My synchronization only partially complete still. Those seem to have the completed moves. That does not.
Examining the gallery, I covered the display and the readings were changed, like it was begging to join some army.
Was the game audio more audible at that point? All right. We shall see. Resume game.
When the fragment opened, I heard a monstrous roar, silenced by the thump of an alley. The world's become a thrilling distraction. It prevents her looking out to the borders, the bars of her cage. In this mutable place, whole objects would change form, but how and when was a matter of perspective.
Interesting.
Certain objects were bound to a magical implement. Obscured correctly, they would change form.
Bailey! There you are! I turned my back for 1 second. You vanished. Maybe a salad? Yeah, I know they're not technically horses, but you're not technically a falcon. What about the dragons? Did you find where they're nesting? Freaks? Not freaks, they're a type of duck. Between the forest serpents and that massive egg we found. Oh no, I'm fine. Just relentless. There's always something else. Crazy, creatures.
Fascinating. Oh, I'm using the wrong perspective. Wait, is this door the same material? Oh, it is. Can I close it the same way then? It would appear so. I suspect you. Oh, you've set out tea for our calculator friends. I'm sorry. I was wrong to doubt you.
Oh, what fiddling? I'm clearly... Oh, calm down. Nothing is. That's impossible. Besides, I can barely move. You know why do I need help? I need rest. I need a break.
Greetings. I am JL-33, Human Interface Module. Thank you for joining me and adding to my collective processing power. This should be the upper jaw. Excellent. For those of you unaware, we're going through Shadowpoint. An experience that sometimes is trying to border on being beyond description, and most of the time succeeding. Can't imagine that this is what casts the shadow that we need. Oh, I see. Repositioning. Just need to find the right angle. There we are. And so this one would then be just like that. Perhaps it was like this. I believe I'm interacting with these components correctly. This certainly. Is there some way for me to... Oh! Fascinating. That does not change. It wishes me to be here. Yet, only have that mirror to use. Magnifying glass. Fascinating. Does that work through the... So there doesn't appear to be anything I can convert here. Can I go? I cannot go behind. Is there any form of alternative route? No? Curious.
Alex! I told you to wait! Just stay right there! Years. Where were you? Wait, how long have I been gone? Finley, search!
Oh, that's the paper that we took earlier.
My residence, eviction notice, August 20th. 2008? 12 years? Alex? Sure. Nice try. The drakes are attacking the Shadowpoint. Without me, they'll devour every herd in Aleria. I know why you're here. You won't be safe. You won't get to have a normal life. But they need me. I haven't got time.
Oh my. delightful. Perhaps you're not worse than other organic life forms. Is there anything here? Not at present. Well then. I'm missing a gear. Then what lies this way? If that is the open door to where we were. And then, what lies down here? Is this yet the same corridor? It appears to be. It wishes me to go that way. If I go this way, does that lead back then? It seems like we have little choice. Will I be able to summon that back? Yes. Oh. Let's try and put in our missing gear. I hope that you weren't laid by that bird. Well, that was a large bird. You're a much larger egg. Oh, I need to bring that down a little bit further. There we are. Hello again. That was a much more roundabout path than I had anticipated. And while that appears to be a tear in the fabric of reality, there is yet one more thing to interact with. We'll see. No. Interesting. None of these objects are the right shape. Or they are, and that needs to be lowered somehow. Oh, I see. I seem to be having some difficulty with my left hand. Stand by. And then, of course, the classic method of constructing a pineapple, 1 egg, and a cog. A common part of most crafting mechanisms. And we're here again. But to what end? And then I believe we can go through here to unlock a new constellation. It's interesting that we haven't been able to complete that other moon. I wonder if we'll be getting a crescent shape later that we can bring back to that first area.
July 24th. I made inquiries about this Alex Baquette. No missing reports, no public records, except one. An infant from Fort Lockmire. And Lorna speaks of a date. August 20th, 2008. That's 12 years away.
Oh, these doors are finally open to us.
The equatorial room induced the uncanny sense of vertigo that I might fall upwards through the open dome and vanish into the sky.
Well, I hadn't thought of that before, but now I do not wish to think of that. Please give me a portal so I can get out of here.
The fragment opened to the acrid scent of embers and the grind of metal and stone. A terrible, destructive force lies beyond. What have you done? Displacement was the key. Leaving an object fall incorrectly, then returning from the right surface. Crossing each threshold realigned gravity. Or perhaps it was merely reset.
But yet that object seems no less or more affected. Perhaps we'll bring it up there. Does that mean that this retains its specific adjusted gravity as we re-enter? No. Then how do we get up there? Can I throw it? test. Can I throw it to that hook? Perhaps I will lower this slightly. Okay. Then how? Is there a way to... Oh. What happened here? This seems notably different from last we left it. If I attach you here and then go back through, where are you? Interesting, interesting. What if I go this way? There are yet no things in this direction, despite the familiarity of that hall. I'll leave you here, and we'll come back. Okay. Very interesting. But then do you... What if I call you? Then you return. So if I leave you there... and I find you here. Now, can you be grabbed from that location elsewhere? Where is that in this room? Does that mean there's some change here? But yet something we missed. This is beyond the scope of my processors.
Bentley, the lift lock. Lift. That's ridiculous. I need you to focus. Where's the chisel? See, it's breaking. It doesn't matter. Nothing matters but this.
Perhaps if I'm fortuitous, this whole ordeal might teach me something about 5D chess with multiverse time travel. You know, I've had a few, actually. I don't have any that directly come to mind. What sort of mechanism were you thinking? Did you have any particular ideas on how the mechanism might function? Oh, and I'm starting to understand how this puzzle works. had that. I guess the thing that I should question then is what sort of sensation are you looking for?
Look at me. 30 years. Get out! I hate you. Get out! No. Alex. I said I've got time. You weren't supposed to leave. I want to take it back. That moment on the cliffs when we were kids. I was so scared you were going to take it all away. Well, nothing. I made a choice. I ran. And I paid for it every hour of every day. You see me through windows. From what order? Somewhere. If you ever find her, don't let her stay. Don't go, Alex. I know you have to. Please, this time, don't go.
It seems like we've had some sort of major catastrophe. Oh dear. There we go. It seems like the choice to depart or not has been taken out of our hands. For the time being, then, I think that's where we're going to conclude Shadowpoint. A bit sudden and a little more drastic than I was expecting, but perhaps not necessarily for the worst. There we go. Hopefully next time we'll complete Shadowpoint. There we go. For the time being, I'm going to depart the virtual world. Thank you for those of you who've joined me up until this point. And from here on out, I'm going to just continue to chill for a little bit and let our systems cool off before deactivating. In terms of mechanical things, certainly I feel like a lever would be easy enough. Is it something purely mechanical then, with no electrical components, no digital feedback? And if so, perhaps instead of the conventional trapdoor, perhaps the lever is maybe back and forth, or a crank that opens some sort of mechanical iris. As a brief aside, by the way, hopefully in future too, I'm going to be looking at a couple other story directions other than Shadowpoint. Well, it's a fascinating experience. I find that maybe it has more of a distinct lack of a somewhat constant engagement and action-based environment that I found to be more interactive with the rest of my processing power uh, in chat than, say, Vader Immortal has. There we go. By the way, thanks to those of you who joined me for this particular transmission. I really appreciate it. JL-33 was created by Reckless Lee, as was the audio optical feedback system, although the design itself was drafted and drawn by Koyari CGO. This is Koyari CGO's Twitter and Tumblr. As well, check out Reckless Lee on YouTube and my own home, which is Reckless Labs on YouTube. Discord is coming in the near future, and look forward to other ways to interact directly. In terms of future games, I'm certainly open to suggestions, both here in chat and in the preceding future, all over the Discord when it launches. The Reckless Lab Discord is probably going to be active sometime within the next few weeks. Thank you all for joining me, and I hope from here on out the rest of you continue to have a pleasant experience.